Welcome to News in Your Car, right out of Chicago. Let's get going.
Hey, I had to get my coffee for this one. Yeah, for my normal everyday routines. I know there's two things you shouldn't talk about. Maybe there's three, but I'll stick with two. One is you never talk about with other people church. It's a touchy, feely, one of those things. The second one is politics. Another one is touchy, feely, and I think maybe I'm wrong. The third one is talk about money. I want to talk about politics just a little bit about our president or your president. Um, I was looking at CNN, and I don't watch the news anymore because to me there's no such thing as good news. It's all doom and gloom. I don't know if you can see this, but on CNN, Cooper he said Trump believes if you close your eyes, this will go away. I don't know, that sounds about right. To me, it does. I was on BuzzFeed. I don't know why I was on it. I guess it showed up. But here are some of the top. Here are some of the top voted responses about Trump, and it's people who voted for Trump in 2016 are revealing their breaking point. Moments when they stop supporting him. I don't know. I'm not a Trump supporter. Good for him. He got in office. To me, I don't know if I'm remembering this right or remembering this from. Anyway, let me just go into it. I would hope that anything that sounds asinine to say it, but you know, Trump is Trump. Let's leave it at that. This is from Reddit, and I think they go over 10 of them. In 2016, when he demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that he completely lacked any moral fabric by attempting to disparage McCain's military record because he was captured, mandating all of his Secret Service escorts to stay at his resort and pay for high-end rooms with our tax dollars, basically. If I had to pick one thing that was truly eye-opening for me, it was the worsening of the kids in cages thing. I don't really remember that. Name dropping. George fucking Floyd while talking about economic growth. Trump says jobs report made it a great day for George Floyd stepping on message. He's got a bunch of them. 15, 20 of them. 20 of them. And he's got more than that. Anyway, I really wanted to talk briefly about Trump and how he's viewed, not just to us, well, not just to me, but to everybody. Everybody outside the United States. I thought it was a big joke when he was elected. It was like, okay, now give us the real news. And then you had that Russia thing, which was fake news. I think that's one of the phrases that he's coined and will probably be mostly remembered for that term, fake news. Really don't hope he gets reelected again. Although in 2016, with all of his supporters, I said that he will get reelected again. And it kind of looks that way unless, the Democratic Party can come up with somebody. And right now it looks like it's Joe Biden. I'll take that. But he's 78. My goodness. 78 when he takes office. That's pretty old. And he's going to elect the first vice president female, which I applaud him for, and that's good. Which I think personally, essentially will mean that she will become the first president of the United States because he may or may not make it after that. But getting back to Trump, I spoke to my brother. Me and my brother talk about Trump a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but we do talk about him. And one of the things he told me, he said that Trump has dementia or he can't read or something like that. And that's like, wow. Basically, it sounds like you can buy your way into the presidential nomination or election. Just, hey, here's some money. I'll do it. And how he got into office with all of that, with all the issues and how to grab her by her pussy and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm like, who would do that? Who voted for him? I mean, this is stuff you say behind doors or behind closed doors or with the camera off. Not. And if some of you are Trump supporters, good for you. I just can't see how the image of the United States is portrayed outside the United States. And I was watching CBS Sunday Morning, which is a show that I've watched since I was 9 years old. I only watch it because my dad would always watch it. So now I have a DVR, I can record it, I can watch it weeks later. And as I digress, they were talking about Trump and how he is and how we're portrayed outside the United States. We're considered no longer a superpower basically because of him. This guy pretty much undermines everything. And I think one of the first things he said when he got in office is, or at least the way I recall it, is he's going to undo everything that President Barack Obama did. And he started with the healthcare reform, and I don't know if you were ever part of that or needed healthcare because it was ridiculously out of your price range. Having somebody bring that to Congress and present it to them and then have this cheaper, but still the same level of professionalism from the medical staff, and you paying pennies on the dollar, man, that would be a wonderful thing. One of the things I think we do in the United States is we don't take care of the less fortunate. And I think we're all considered less fortunate to some degree. They're trying to cut out the middle class. So it's the rich and the poor. And what is the poor going to do? I mean, what are they going to do without any health care? Anyway, Trump, good luck to you. God bless you. You make the United States look like we're just all a bunch of loons or a bunch of crazy people. And I could never understand that. And I don't understand why nobody goes in and says, okay, this is what we talk about. I'm pretty sure they do, but I'm sure he goes off script and talks about whatever the hell he wants to talk about. What are your feelings on Trump? Is he going to get reelected in 2020? 2020, I guess, right? 2020. Is he going to get reelected? What about that wall? The wall, as far as I know, was never completely and fully built. I think they spent $5 billion on one 25 or 30 mile stretch of it, and that's about it. That's a lot of money just for 25, 30 miles. Make America great again. I don't think you can make America great again by doing the tomfoolery and the ridiculous things that he's actually doing. I mean, he just, oh my, and Twitter seems like his best friend. Anyway, Mr. Trump, I implore you to retire. Get your little pension after doing 4 years running the country, and then go back to your business. Go back to Trump Towers and run everything from there. Yeah, here's another one. When I realize I'm an independent thinker and don't have to support everyone my parents do. That's just one of the things that me and my wife try to do with our son. It's how we feel. It doesn't necessarily mean how you feel. Just because we are Democratic, Republican, Independent, or Liberal doesn't mean that you too should be the same way. So my son is now going into 10th grade. Pretty no, he doesn't think about it, doesn't care about it, doesn't even want to think about politics. His only thing is being on his Xbox and playing that video game or all the video games. He's gonna be a gamer again. Be stout. This guy, man. Recently, when he threatened to shoot looters, I don't support the looting. I'm just that. It's just that the punishment shouldn't be death. Also, when he said that the 75-year-old man who was pushed down was actually Antifa. Yeah, I saw that video of the police officers just walking, and the 75-year-old man acted like he had a question or something, and the guy just pushed him down. I'm like, 75. What do you think's gonna happen to this guy? What do you think this guy's gonna do to you? There's like 50 of you, and there's one of him. And he just walked and pushed him down. And this police thing, I do support law enforcement. I just don't, deadly force. When I was law enforcement, deadly force is the last degree. There's 4 degrees, It's verbal, physical. Yeah. Man, I've been at law enforcement for 15 years. And the last one is deadly force. Deadly force. That means now you have authorization to kill this person because either A, your life is threatened by him or her putting a gun on you, or them choking you out, or have a knife, or whatever the case is. But if someone has a knife on me, I can create distance between us, and I don't have to shoot them. I can tase them, but, Trump. You gotta love the guy. Hey, thanks for listening to my rant. And subscribe, like, hit that post notification. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of my coffee. You guys enjoy your day. +1. Like it. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.